Santa Teresa, Costa Rica, is an emerging tourist hub located in the southern Nicoya Peninsula region of north-central Costa Rica. Because Santa Teresa is relatively isolated and a challenge to reach, it remains a small community to this day, but the region is quickly growing thanks to a recent influx of both expats and long-term seasonal tourists. To reach Santa Teresa, you either have to take a couple-hour ferry from Punta Arenas or a long overland journey through Nicoya and Guanacaste. In my opinion, the easiest and more entertaining way to reach Santa Teresa is to fly into San Jose and then travel to Punta Arenas and take the ferry to Montezuma. From Montezuma, you will then have about a 2-hour ride to Santa Teresa. For various reasons, Santa Teresa, Costa Rica is easiest to navigate by a 4-wheel drive vehicle or motorbike. Santa Teresa is also one of the most expensive surf destinations in Costa Rica to visit, so plan your trip accordingly based on your budget. This is not really a place for budget travelers anymore. Now, let's talk about the waves of Santa Teresa. There are 3 main surfing areas in Santa Teresa, Costa Rica: La Lora, Playa Carmen, and Malpais. Both La Lora and Playa Carmen are sandy beach breaks that have long open stretches of approachable waves. Playa Carmen is the most beginner-friendly of the 2 surfing beaches, with La Lora sometimes getting hollow. Both beaches tend to work at all tides and have different sandbars that work at different times. Malpais is another animal altogether. It is comprised of various reef breaks that you will need a 4x4 or a motorbike to access. Malpais in Santa Teresa, Costa Rica can hold some size and generally works better in the wet season with a longer period south and southwest swells. The Santa Teresa region also has various other surf breaks within driving distance for those willing to explore. A quad bike or a motorbike is highly recommended. Unlike in other areas of Costa Rica, it is not advisable to drink the tap water in Santa Teresa. Instead, you should rely on bottled water. Now, let's talk about some of the cons of surfing Santa Teresa. Like Nocera, which is 5 or so hours to the north of Santa Teresa, the biggest con of taking a surf trip to Santa Teresa is the crowds. Yes, it will be crowded even though it is less developed than other areas of Costa Rica. The second con of traveling to Santa Teresa to surf will be the price of the trip. Prices are high here, although not quite as high as Nocera. As the area continues to develop, I expect the prices to continue to rise. The third con here is the lack of local culture. Even though there is still some local culture in this area, you can expect the main language spoken to be English. You can also expect most of the other people you meet to be expats or tourists. The final con of this region is similar to most regions in the Nicoya Peninsula, and that is the lack of perfection in the surf. Yes, the waves are very consistent and reliable, but often less than perfect. The Papagayos stop well north of here most of the time, meaning the stiff offshores you can expect in northern Guanacaste do not regularly reach this region. I hope you have enjoyed this short guide for surf travelers on Santa Teresa, Costa Rica. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you like the content on this channel. Pura vida!